We're talking about the Newhaven Marine station, which used to provide passengers access to the town's ferry terminal, but a consultation now launched into plans to close it because it hasn't had a single passenger for 14 years. That's because they don't allow passengers on that bit. But when it was moved closer to the Newhaven town station, passenger services into Newhaven Marine was scaled down eventually to zero when the station closed over safety fears. Well, plans are now afoot to officially close the station to passengers, using it for freight trains access to the port instead. And the local MP, Maria Caulfield, joins us now. Hello, Maria.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is there anybody who would want to keep this railway station?
I've not come across anyone as yet, but this is a formal process the government has to follow when it officially closes a railway station. But also it's a good opportunity for local people in Newhaven to see that work is happening around the port redevelopment, that we are really serious about taking freight off the roads, which is a big headache, particularly around the one-way system. And so, the moves are firstly, obviously, to formally close the station, but it's also so that work can start on Newhaven Port, where a new dock and freight handling facility will be open in the future.
Yes, this is a curious sort of quirk in legislation, isn't it? That you haven't had a passenger there since 2006, but you still got to say, I'm not sure whether we should keep this open or not. I mean, it does seem a little bit bizarre, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some of the comments we've had from people who, copy me into the formal consultation have been, very constructive in the fact that they have, obviously no problem with the station being formally closed, but with suggestions about how we could improve the rail experience for the other stations that are in Newhaven. Because when you come off the station at Newhaven, if you're a local, you know where you're going. But if you're a visitor or you're trying to get to the ferry itself, it's not that clear at the moment. And lots of people want to see improvements to the existing stations, and they're putting that in fairly strongly in the response to the consultation on the Newhaven Marine station closing.
So you wouldn't be getting rid of the line, well, that's the idea, not to get rid of the line, but actually to use it for freight.
Yeah, the port is very keen that we extend the rail line fully into the port so that freight goods that are coming off the ferry, and the ferry is getting busier, and it's getting busier in terms of its freight load rather than foot passengers and cars. And it really wants to obviously encourage the use of freight on the ferry, but that those movements then come off the ferry and onto the train rather than onto the road. So extending the rail line into the port as much as you can right up to the ferry is something that this will enable us to do. So it's got some positive outcomes from formally closing the station.
Thanks very much indeed, Maria Caulfield there, the local MP. And if you want to be part of the consultation, they are looking for your comments now. It's on the gov.uk site.